ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's episode of the Black Table Podcast. This time we're going to do a wrestling edition. We're going to go ahead and have you guys a nice little prediction podcast. We're going to have the entire card, and we're going to go from it from top to bottom. Of course, starting with the bottom. And we're going to talk about who's going to win, who's going to lose. Yeah. I am joined today, again, by special guest Christian Gutierrez.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you guys for having me.
On this one over here.
Thank you guys for having me.
Okay, all right. And then we're joined again by Kevin Beltrami. Kevin, is that Kevin? So, yeah, and we're back again for another one. And, of course, with me, as always, Ricardo Bocanegra. All right, guys, so now we got the introductions out of the way. Let's start talking about wrestling. All right, so first off, we have a Hall of Fame. We want to talk about that because the Hall of Fame has always been a big deal because it's a way for wrestlers to kind of look back on their lives and go, at least I made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At one point, like even Coco Beware has a Hall of Fame induction. So this year we have a few whoopers. Starting from the bottom, we're gonna go with Kevin Nash. He's definitely had a distinguished career. Tatsumi Fujinami. What is he, like a Japanese wrestler?
Nice.
Yeah, okay, he's like a low-key
I'm glad he's in there, man.
We got Alondra Blaze. She was just like a manager, right? She was a diva?
She was actually a highly decorated women's wrestler, and she's very, very famous for leaving the WWF and going to WCW and tossing.
Oh, that's right. That was her.
Women's championship.
That iconic shot.
In the trash can.
I'm thinking she's a freaking manager. I totally forgot about Alondra Blaze, man. I feel really bad now because she was the China of her time, honestly.
Yeah.
She was a very dominant female. And Ricardo, how do you feel about females in wrestling? Before we go on.
I mean, I have no problem, but honestly, I think it should be separate to SmackDown and Raw. It shouldn't be like they should have like their own separate, like a SmackDown, their own separate thing. So you think
that the way that there's an NBA, there should be like a WNBA?
Yeah, like a WNBA. You get me?
There'd be a WWW wrestling.
Yeah.
Women's World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yeah, and obviously they should take part in Wrestlemania because
it's the grandest stage of them all.
Biggest event. So.
The Bushwhackers are being inducted. Classic tag team duo. Larry Zbyszko. Do you want to give us a little bit of information about him? I don't really know about him.
I believe Larry Zbyszko was an announcer. I really want to say he was an announcer for WCW, but do not count me on that.
He's about the only name that I don't know on this list.
Well, actually, we can go ahead and look at Larry Zbyszko's career accomplishments.
Let
me go ahead and
go for it. Also on the list, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Every year we get one celebrity. This year's celebrity was.
Do they really have to? Is it just for just for fans?
If you're asking me if this is a publicity stunt, it's probably a publicity stunt. That's all.
What it is, right?
Because remember, the WWE Hall of Fame has a wing called Celebrity Wing. It's a celebrity wing where it's all celebrities. Drew Carey's on it. Several other people are on it, and
But I kind of don't like that. It doesn't seem professional.
Yeah, I think it kind of tarnishes the way the Hall of Fame is supposed to be.
Thing.
Because these all seem like just like what are they called? They all seem like just
like whatever.
Like meaningless awards.
Yeah.
Just like
it should mean more.
It shouldn't even be there because the Hall of Fame means a lot to these people, and just put like
they dedicated their whole life to this.
Drew Carey's in the Hall of Fame right now, guys.
Is Mike Tyson there?
Yes. You do his? No. Is he?
Well, I know he appeared, but.
That's for sure.
Okay.
I hope he is.
But going back to Larry Zbyszko, so I was correct. He is a former WCW announcer. And I guess his biggest career highlight would be winning the AWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay.
In WCW, he was a tag team champion.
Nice.
And also in the WWE, a tag team champion.
Oh, okay. Nice. Thank you for that fact checking. Also being inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, the late, the great Macho Man Randy Savage, finally gonna get into the Hall of Fame. It's been on people's lists for a very, very long time, and I'm just glad to see them that that he's gonna get inducted. He deserves it.
Yeah, he deserves it, man. He's a great guy. He's a great wrestler. He definitely deserves it. Oh man. We got a little
we're being
fella
invaded.
here.
We're being invaded right now.
Being invaded.
Another person being in this Hall of Fame this year is great Rikishi.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very good time for them to give this to Rikishi because Roman Reigns being his distant cousin or whatever it is. Whatever. They're all related. They're all related some way.
He's the
They're
cousin
all
of
related.
The Rock.
I don't know.
He's the cousin of Rikishi, like, you know.
The Usos are somewhere in there.
Just like, you know, a whole bunch of guys.
Only thing is that
It's
Shelton,
like, who is not a
I like to
relative of his?
think that if Shelton Benjamin was The Rock's brother, he would be 10-time world champion at this point.
just because the same blood is running through
Just
his
'cause.
veins too.
While we look up the rest of the card right here, I want to discuss with you very quickly, Ricardo. How did you feel about Rikishi's career? Did you think that he was a good wrestler? Did you think he was a mid-carder all for life?
I sit down and I watch this guy, and I enjoy watching him.
Yeah.
I enjoy his wrestling.
Yeah.
I enjoy his fights. It's just a great entertainer. He's accomplished a lot. He's just all around a great
Solid.
wrestler.
He's a solid worker.
Wrestler, solid worker.
He
dedicated everything to this.
something about Rikishi that I want to note is that you have to remember that despite his weight, he was pretty fast.
Yeah.
He's pretty fast. He moves
Yeah.
pretty fast. I mean, he got from one side of the ring to the other pretty quickly. And thoughts go out to Rikishi. He's a beast.
Yeah, you don't see that every day, man.
Yeah, he's a
You don't
beast.
see that every day.
And he moved well. You know what I mean? For a big man, it's just a good wrestler overall. And I'm glad he's being inducted to the Hall of Fame because Too Cool was awesome. I mean, Scotty 2 Hotty, Grandmaster 6A. I mean, this is great stable, great time in the WWE, and he was one of the things. I mean, when he put those glasses and started dancing, that was just crazy.
I got a question, man.
What's up?
Do you think Rey Mysterio, even after that huge thing that happened to him, do you think he'll still be in the Hall of Fame?
No doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Even after that
Because
big
it's still,
incident?
first of all, it's still being under investigation. And second of all, it's pretty obvious that it was an accident.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a triple-double suicide, murder-suicide.
I mean,
not that.
it's not a murder. If you haven't heard yet,
Chris Ben who?
oh, dude, too soon.
All right. Moving on to the card. All right, for the pre-show, we got a tag team match for a fatal 4-way tag match, which I've been wanting for years. Last year, I think for last Wrestlemania as a podcast, I told you, I was like, for years I've been saying, why don't they have more like fatal 4-way tag team matches? I thought those were so fun, the ladders.
It's definitely fun to watch. It's like, why not be why not even be around? Like, it's a solid match after
solid match.
And you look at all the all the other ones that are around. It's like this one deserves to be in it.
Speaking of which, we have a lot of young talent on this match. Most of the pre-shows going to be a lot of young talent. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, the battle royale's going to be in that too. But we'll get to that. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, who are the champions right now, with Natalya, will go against New Day, and also Los Matadors are going to be in.
Los Matadors.
El Torito.
Nice.
Along, and of course the Usos. And for this match, I actually do care. Normally, I don't give a shit about these preseason, show
Who
matches.
cares about
But
all these wrestlers? Dude.
I kind of want to see New Day have their have the WrestleMania moment. So.
I mean, that would be funny, dude. That would be
New
hilarious.
Day.
If that were to happen, man, I would laugh my ass off, man.
So what I'm trying to say here is, who do you think is gonna win, Chris? Because you're the fucking expert here.
Okay, well, since Tyson Kidd and Cesaro just recently won the tag team titles at the last pay-per-view, being Fastlane, I can guarantee you 110% that they will retain.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Retain.
They're gonna retain.
Well, it's in classic.
Fact.
It's in classic WWE fashion to just have the championship retain when it's no big deal. But moving on, I actually agree with you on that. I think it's gonna be retained. Although I would love to see those Matadors take it. Honestly, I would love to see them have.
They look dope, man.
They look pretty dope. It's a cool gimmick. You know what I mean? And it's good to see the WWE bringing back the racial filled gimmicks because. Come on, that's all we're asking for. Ole. We want the Mexican guys saying ole and being in masks. We want the black guys in gospel. And we want the white guys whatever
I mean,
white guys
it's
do.
kind of stereotypical, but
But
still,
fuck it.
you know.
But fuck it.
You know.
Okay, so what we were talking about the pre-show, and we're talking about how we're about to talk about the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. So you see so do you have like a list of participants that are gonna be in this, right?
I do. So far the announced participants are going to be The Miz, Curtis Axel, Ryback, Fandango, Adam Rose, Zack Ryder, Jack Swagger, Titus O'Neil, Darren Young, Big Show, Kane, Eric Rowan, Damian Mizdow, Sin Cara, Goldust, Heath Slater, Mark Henry, Connor Victor, and the newly announced winner of the NXT Battle Royal is Hideo Itami. So he is the newly announced participant from NXT. Miguel, what are your thoughts?
Well, I'll tell you what my thoughts are, Christian. Honestly, I think that this is a good opportunity for a lot of wrestlers to shine and maybe show off some of the talent that they're not able to show on a day in, day out basis, despite the fact that WWE has about 4 shows on right now. And honestly, it doesn't matter who wins, but if I had to pick a winner from all this, it's either going to be Hideo or it's probably going to be someone like Damien Sandow, probably something like that, I think.
I'm sorry, who?
Either Damien Sandow.
I'm sorry, Damien.
Oh, Mizdow. sorry. Or Hideo Itami. So that's what I have.
You know, same for me. Hideo, I think they're gonna give him a good push. You know, really decent one.
He would deserve it.
He deserves it. He's a great wrestler. You know, and if I were to put money on it, I'd give it to Hideo.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on into the actual card. The first match is going to be we don't know which order it's going to be, but going down the list, we're going to have Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. Now they've been having a rivalry lately, right? They've been building up a little something between them. Honestly, both of these wrestlers, they're good workers. Definitely Rollins is he's a good complementary wrestler. I think he's really good when he's working in the ring with someone who knows what they're doing.
They're both big time wrestlers, so
Big time, yeah.
You're definitely gonna see a show
Big
from
time.
them, and the crowd's gonna love them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be a solid match.
You know, I could imagine that Randy Orton was backstage, and Seth Rollins was too, and they just got word that they were gonna get the match, and then they looked at each other like, hey, we're gonna wrestle? You know, we're gonna wrestle at WrestleMania?
You and me, right now.
WrestleMania.
Oh, that's a big one. That's a good one.
We're gonna put on a show. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah. RKO.
For this match, Christian, you're the expert here. So for those of you who don't know, Christian is our residential wrestling expert. You know, is in the ins and outs of wrestling. You know, was once wanted to be a wrestler. So why don't you tell us who do you think's gonna win this match and why?
Okay, so this match can go both ways. Rollins is obviously the up-and-comer. Orton being the veteran.
You could use the win. You could definitely use the win.
Yes. And basically my thoughts are this is kind of a revenge storyline for Orton after being attacked by Rollins and the Authority a couple months ago. Orton making his return as of a month ago. So it could go either way. Typical storyline says that Randy Orton's going to win this match.
Yeah.
But it being Seth Rollins and he is quote unquote the self-proclaimed future of the WWE.
The future.
I really, really do think that they should give this win to Rollins. It's going to be his first major singles match and hopefully win at WrestleMania. So it's a big match for both men, and I'm going for Rollins.
Going for?
Oh.
I'm going for, and I think that Rollins is going to win.
Okay. All right. So I gotta ask this question to you before I answer. Ricardo, who you got?
Randy Orton, just because being Randy Orton, man, they like that guy, so crowd loves him, and WWE might give it to him. You know, who knows? I mean, I don't even know who's a better wrestler.
Logic
They're both
says Rollins. I don't know. WWE can go either way, man. You know. Can go either way, but this is one of those matches that can go either way. I think, and then have a Divas tag team match. I'm always looking forward to the Divas matches. AJ Lee and Paige, the Rebels, versus like the Bella Twins, which are like married to Daniel Bryan and John Cena, a little wrestling family. What I want to ask you, Kevin, is AJ Lee and Paige versus the Bella Twins. Now, here's the most important question I can ask. Do you care?
The only thing I care about the Divas is that's my bathroom break. That's when I'm out the room. I'm gonna go take a piss real quick, and I'll be right back with some Cheetos or something.
And why is that, Kevin?
Because I just don't care.
Now, why don't you care?
Yeah, like they're hot now, but they're not real. I mean, I agree with what Ricardo was saying that they should have their own little section, like a WWF or like female or something like that. But
So you're saying like when you watch them wrestle, you don't see the passion, you don't see the heart, they're just doing it for the money. Is that what you're saying?
They're just going through the motions out
Okay.
there.
See, this is a problem that I've had for a very long time in the world wrestling entertainment. It doesn't seem like WWE takes these women seriously as wrestlers, which, by the way, you can't even say in WWE now. They don't take them seriously as wrestlers, and if the WWE don't take them seriously, it's easy for them to not take themselves seriously.
It's very boring to
And I
watch.
see this a lot in a lot of wrestlers that just have potential. Like Victoria was one of those divas that have potential, but WWE just kind of shows them off to the side. But we stray from the fact, or we stray from the point here. Chris, who do you have to win this, and why should we care about this match?
Okay, I want to start off by saying the reasons that you guys should care, I'm starting to care, is due to the growth and development of Nikki and Brie Bella, not only as their on-air character, but as wrestlers. They have been improving, especially Nikki Bella, surprisingly. And also, I mean, look at AJ Lee and Paige. I mean, they're just probably one of the best women's wrestlers to watch in this day and age. And as far as my prediction goes, I'm going to suggest that, predict that AJ Lee and Paige are going to be winning this match.
Okay. Well, I just want to say something. It's something we see a lot in the WWE is we see them bring in good faces and turn them into good wrestlers. We saw that with Kelly Kelly. She came into she came into the wrestling industry, and she was basically a stripper. Exhibitionist,
Really? Yeah, I
as
didn't know
ECW
that.
called it. You know what her first appearance on ECW was?
No.
She came out, she took her top off, went back in.
Like, her. So everybody saw her boobies.
No, she held them.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just to get the crowd going,
Yeah.
And then they just like, oh, she did a good job.
Yeah,
let's give her a wrestling job.
And like 6 years later.
And Miguel, what happened years later?
Well, a little would we know, but Miss Kelly Kelly would end up being like a Divas champion, like what, 3-time Divas champion, one of the longest reigning Divas champions that we've ever had. She had a lot of good matches, and I honestly think that was good. It was really cool to see her progress, but she never really did reach that level where she was like a wrestler.
Well, I really liked her theme song, so that's
the
one thing that I really
the girls
liked.
in the club say,
Kelly, Kelly,
oh,
Kelly.
yeah.
She's a very memorable face in
Yeah.
the Divas.
Yeah.
Like whenever I saw her, I'll take a minute before
But-
I use the bathroom.
I think about her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kelly Kelly, one thing I could say about her is that the Divas division was mentionable when she was around.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Now
that's
she's
because-
gone.
I don't know if that's because Beth Phoenix was also still around, and there was rumblings of Karma making her appearance. I remember that era was pretty dope.
I mean, they should get Ric Flair's daughter, and
Well,
that's
what's
in
her
NXT.
name?
Charlotte. She's
Charlotte,
coming.
yeah.
She should go.
is coming.
Yeah,
Charlotte from NXT is coming, ladies and gentlemen, and
she's coming for you.
you better be ready, because that woman is going to amaze us all, and I am waiting for her debut.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on with our card right here, we have we'll go to the big match. I guess start off with another one: John Cena versus Rusev for the United States Championship. Kevin, who do you got, and why?
I'm liking John Cena because he always wins and it looked like him.
Chris, what do you got?
My over-analysis of this match is John Cena is going to defeat Rusev, and that's for one purpose only, and that's not America. It is to elevate that United States Championship, and that's basically what's going to happen. Cena will become United States Champion once again and elevate that title because it needs to be prestigious once again, and Cena is the number one man to do that.
It's definitely a good idea to get this title some more prestige because it's been tarnished over the past few years, as well with the Intercontinental belt. Really, the last successful United States champion that I can really remember was MVP. MVP. That's about it.
Or the man that MVP defeated.
Oh, Matt Hardy. Or was it? Oh.
The man who we do not speak of.
Oh, Chris Ben who?
Oh.
Chris Ben who?
So yeah, he was probably the last one.
Yeah. So Ricardo, you agree with us?
Yeah, definitely.
100%. I mean, John Cena does not look like he's gonna lose. I mean, although Rusev could pull it off. It'd be good to see Rusev win, but I see John Cena winning this one pretty easily. We've got Bad News Barrett versus R-Truth versus Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper versus Dolph Ziggler versus Stardust versus Daniel Bryan in a ladder match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Well, Bad News Barrett is coming into this thing with the belt on his waist. And Chris, you're the expert here. Who you got?
Well, once again, the elevation, if that's even a word, of these mid-card titles is going to be what's going to be new in the upcoming year. So with that being said, Daniel Bryan will be the one walking away with the Intercontinental Championship, once again to give it a lot more prestige. He is the number one biggest superstar in the WWE today. And it's not Brock Lesnar, it's not Roman Reigns, it's not John Cena. It is Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
So if he walks out of WrestleMania with that Intercontinental Championship, it's going to be amazing. So not only him winning the belt, but with every single competitor in that match, it could be a show stealer. And I kind of want to say that the dark horse in this match will be R-Truth.
Yeah.
R-Truth?
Actually, well, what Christian's trying to say here basically is, out of all people, the person who seems like they won't win might win. That'd be R-Truth because the company has been pushing him, and for him to lose again, it would probably mean that he's going to get let go in the coming months. But WWE likes to keep their black guys on the roster, to keep them. They're kind of tokens, honestly.
And our R-Truth has been doing amazing these past couple of weeks with this program.
Yeah.
So
it's a very interesting match we wanted to see. I'm super glad that they're doing this ladder match. Although I've been hearing rumblings that Daniel Bryan's hurt, and that's why they didn't put him in a main title match.
Okay, so I did hear about this, and it is true. The WWE, not that they're losing faith in Daniel Bryan or anything like that, but they are still concerned, quote unquote. They are still concerned.
WWE is
about his health.
Very, very concerned with his health because Daniel Bryan has a bad history when it comes to health. I mean, this guy used to get staph infections like every night when he used to wrestle in the independent circuit, and like honestly, he's one of those guys who just gets hurt a lot. And but I kind of agree with you where I can see Daniel Bryan taking it. When I look at this whole list of people, Luke Harper, Ziggler, Cody Rhodes, really the biggest name here is Daniel Bryan. In fact, he's the biggest name in the fucking wrestling world right now, kind of. So honestly, it's stupid for WWE to push anybody else. If there's anybody that's going to bring prestige to the Intercontinental belt, it's going to be Daniel Bryan.
It's Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
So you got Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, Daniel Bryan.
Who you got?
Daniel Bryan, but I've always liked that name. It's cool.
He's pretty cool.
I mean, other than him, Stardust, he's in there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes.
I guess Cody Rhodes.
Who?
Who?
Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler too.
I
Yeah.
wasn't a fan of Dolph
He's a
Ziggler.
good one.
We're a big fan of Dolph Ziggler here at the Black
I wouldn't be
Podcast.
mad if any of those three would win it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be pretty pissed if R-Truth took it, but
you know,
I wouldn't be mad if any of them won it. I mean,
Honestly.
look at that list again.
except for Luke Harper.
No, Luke Harper is a
and
badass.
R-Truth, man. I'm
Luke
sorry.
Harper is a badass. R-Truth, everyone in that match I was thinking about this the other day to myself. I wouldn't care who leaves with that belt. I would not care. But I am telling you that the way things are looking, it looks like Daniel Bryan will be the one taking it. But as far as my personal opinion, if anyone in that match wins, then it doesn't matter, dude. They're all awesome.
Yeah, they're definitely all good wrestlers. I know that. But,
Yeah. I mean, these are all
This is
talented.
fun.
These are all talented wrestlers. You know, I wouldn't even be mad if Bad News Barrett retained, but
Yeah.
honestly, I like to see titles change hands at Mania. We have a singles match, just a simple one-on-one between the legend, the icon himself, Sting, in his first World Wrestling Entertainment match, his debut, his
Yeah.
WWE match
Pretty
debut.
big, man. Yeah.
First of all, I just want to say this, Ricardo. He's gonna be facing against Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and I just want to say this because coming from somebody who watched wrestling since I was basically born, not once did I ever think I'd see Sting on WWE program. I mean, you talk about somebody who was anti-WWE,
Yeah.
it was him. He had wanted no part of them when they won the Monday Night Wars.
And I really like that about him too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
He was like,
Very loyal.
very loyal, and it's crazy to see him back. I mean, I kind of saw it coming ever since his
Yeah.
TNA run.
Because TNA, it's not gonna help him, dude. Money wise, fame wise, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
I guess that's what made him succumb to WWE.
But what I really want to say, or want to ask you, Chris, is who do you have to win and why?
Well, it's an obvious choice, ladies and gentlemen. You guys just mentioned it. This is Sting's very, very first match in the WWE. There's no way that Triple H, even though he's known to bury a lot of superstars and whatever,
Yeah.
Sting is going to win this match, and I can guarantee you, Sting is looking pretty damn good, even in his age. Also Triple H. And I really feel that this is going to be an amazing match. I think a lot of people are kind of thinking that it's going to be a little mediocre.
I'm one of the doubters.
They're kind of old, but
I'll talk about it right
I really do believe that they're going to put on a great match. So Miguel, tell us why you think the opposite.
Well, I'll tell you why I think the opposite, and it's quite simple. Triple H is old as fuck. Sting is old as fuck. Let me tell you why I'm not excited for this match. They're old ass wrestlers. I'm sick of seeing them wrestle. I'm sick of Triple H at every fucking Mania.
Even
I'm
with
sick of
Sting
him.
doing his
I'm
debut.
fucking sick of it. I'm sick of it. I didn't want to see him wrestle in TNA. I don't want to see him wrestle in WWE. I don't give a damn if it's his first WWE match. I don't care. This is the match I'm not looking forward to. I am looking forward to AJ Lee and Paige more than that.
Really? That's kind of degrading, man. That's pretty messed up.
I don't care. I'm just, I'm making a fucking statement. Sick of fucking old ass wrestlers taking the spotlight. You know what? We have a main event with two wrestlers who've been wrestling since 1996, and we have two matches before the fucking pay-per-view starts that has over 30 wrestlers that could be in the main event. And instead, I'm watching these same old ass wrestlers do the same old shit. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Sick of it.
I really don't know why it was Triple H. I get why Sting, but not Triple H.
I don't know why you have Sting back. Should have just put him against Undertaker last year.
Right.
He has
Waste.
a point. He has a
Waste.
point.
Alright, so as a general
Hey.
consensus, we agree that Sting is probably going to win this one. Unless
Yeah.
there's like a screw finish or something like that. Kevin, you have anything to say about this one?
If Triple H wins, he's probably gonna try to make Sting, get some revenges and make more matches because they're probably just
Yeah.
trying to get Sting a job or something like that.
This could be just employment for him. Alright, so we're going to talk about the Taker match now. This one's the most interesting the most interesting Undertaker match we're going to have in a very long time because this one is post the streak ending. So, Ricardo, who do you have to win? Bray Wyatt or Undertaker?
Wyatt. Yeah.
Wyatt.
They're gonna, cause Undertaker's out the door and Wyatt's coming in, and he's kind of the new Undertaker right now.
next
So,
big creepy kind of
The
heel.
new face of fear.
and
Yeah.
Undertaker's already lost once, so what's the point? There's no streak.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he's not gonna get a push.
But Chris,
He's already at the top.
You did mention that this is a lose-lose situation for either, but you still have that point on you?
No, so I actually changed my mind,
Mm.
and it's only been up to a couple days ago. My first prediction or thought process of this match was it's a lose-lose. If Wyatt loses, he's 0-2 at WrestleMania. If his character's already dead enough, I mean, it's going to be even worse for him. And if Undertaker loses, he's going to be 21-2. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But my mind has changed these past couple of days, and I'm leaning on it's not going to be bad if the Undertaker loses another match.
No.
The storyline behind this is Bray Wyatt is calling himself the new face of fear. So it's only appropriate to think that Bray Wyatt is going to win this match, and I'm not going to say he's going to be the next Undertaker, but his character will be even bigger now, and this upcoming year, there's no doubt in my mind that he will be a number one contender for the WWE title.
Yeah. I actually think this is a great opportunity for Bray Wyatt to kind of blossom into a real legitimate title contender, because up until this point he's just been kind of the head of the flock of his little tiny group of what he had before. But honestly, this is going to be a great opportunity for Bray Wyatt to show his ability to steal a main event. Honestly, I'm going to call it right now. I think this is going to be match of the day, match of WrestleMania. And it might be match of the year, because I feel like they're like I said with Seth Rollins, he's a very good complementary wrestler. I feel like Bray's the same thing, and I feel like if Taker and him can start clicking early on, I feel like they're just gonna have like a really, really good match.
Yeah, and especially if Biker Undertaker comes out.
Oh, we're really hoping for Biker Undertaker to show up, please.
Really hoping. I hope he
Please.
does that, because then that would make my whole year.
I mean, nothing would be
My
more
whole year.
exciting if we just got that keep rolling, right? As soon as-
And it would be great mind games to play with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt is expecting the dead man,
Yeah.
and just imagine if
I didn't even think about that, but from like a story perspective, that'd be dope. Because if he came out Baker, it'd be like, what does Bray Wyatt have to do now against this different Taker?
Yeah, because the American Badass is a whole different monster than the dead man, the Phenom, the Undertaker.
I just want to say I miss that Taker, because he moved a lot more agile in the ring. I think when he had that badass Taker thing, I don't think he felt that stiff anymore. You can really see his personality come out of Paul White. What's his name, right? what's his name?
That's the Big Show.
The Big Show.
Mark Calloway.
Mark Calloway. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Is it?
That's
yeah,
a really
Mark,
classy name
it's
for
Mark
that guy.
Calloway. Yeah. So like, it's definitely gonna be a dope match.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like we all agree that Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt winning.
Yeah.
I have Bray Wyatt winning. Unless.
It's like handing the torch back.
Oh yeah. I mean, something that's always a possibility when it comes to these big Mania matches is that Wyatt could lose and then they could do like a rivalry with him. That's something that they can really do. If Taker wants to keep wrestling, it's all up to Taker. Really.
I wouldn't really like that, because
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah. I wanted to just retire and just end up a legend.
All right, now the main event. Start talking about the main event. Now let's just rewind it. Let's just say it's 2011 again, right? Or 12, and the Shield is alive and thriving. Kevin, if I had told you that of those three, that one with the all black long hair was going to be in the main event at WrestleMania 31 for the championship belt, would you believe me? Probably not. And you know why? It's because Roman Reigns isn't that special. He's not that special. I said it.
He's not a great wrestler. He's solid, but
By the way,
Special.
the match is Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah, so that's going to be your WrestleMania 31 main event. Roman Reigns versus the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar. And if you want to get into predictions of this match, ladies and gentlemen, if you would have told me this a week ago, I would have definitely said, okay, you want to know how this match is ending? A Superman punch and a spear, and Roman Reigns is going to become the new WWE champion. But guess what happened a couple of days ago? Brock Lesnar re-signed with the WWE, signed a brand new 3-year contract, and this brings a whole new fucking story to this match.
It's a whole new animal.
It's a whole new animal, and it brings unpredictability to this match. It makes it unpredictable. And to be honest with you, I don't know. I really don't know who's going to win this match. It makes sense to have Roman Reigns, you know, the underdog, sling the Beast, but at the same time, the story can go on with Lesnar, with his monster reign.
McMahon really likes Lesnar, and you know they could give him a win. It could go to either way. That's the most exciting part for me, like, because I'm guessing, I'm like, who's gonna take it? Who's gonna win? Like, at first, I would say Roman Reigns will win because they're trying to push him big time, but then, like what Christian said, it's just unpredictable right now. Yeah.
Roman Reigns versus Lesnar. Now, Lesnar re-signing with the WWE and doing that whole little shoot thing that he did on ESPN. It really tells me that he's going to keep wrestling, obviously, but what it tells me is that whatever plan it is that Vince McMahon has, when they're in the executive position, it must be good enough for Lesnar to stay there, which is why I'm going to call it right here. You heard it first. I'm predicting a heel turn from Reigns. I think Paul Heyman's gonna screw over Lesnar. I think he's gonna go with Reigns, and I think Reigns is gonna be like, yeah, I'm that guy now. I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
I would like Reigns way more if that were to happen, but I just really doubt it. I doubt it.
First of all, let's talk about how Roman Reigns is gonna get booed. He's gonna get booed. No matter how you put it, he's gonna get booed.
Yeah.
WWE might as well turn him heel. I mean, I understand that he's becoming a face, but I mean, this guy looks sinister. I mean, he has a long black hair, he has that goatee, he has a buff. He looks like a heel. And honestly,
I mean, are you sure? Because you saw the trailer, like it's like he's looking back at his history and all the guys that are like, you know, very similar to him.
That would not make sense.
It wouldn't make sense, dude.
But here's my question to you: does WWE ever make sense?
No, it doesn't.
No. So
no.
I think my prediction is just as good as yours. So for that, I think I'm gonna go with Reigns winning. Although I want to see Lesnar win. So
Here's another point that I have. CM Punk, the longest reigning WWE champion in modern day history for the WWE, left on very, very bad terms with the WWE. So, what I'm thinking is, so CM Punk won't have his name up there. Brock Lesnar can hold on to that belt past CM Punk's reign.
I see. How close is he?
Well, the day when Brock Lesnar will pass CM Punk's reign is in October at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. But Seth Rollins' Money in the Bank contract expires
tonight.
No, it expires in July.
By next Money in the Bank.
Yeah. And I mean, does Lesnar just keep his belt the entire time, and that's a waste for Rollins, or is Rollins eventually going to win these next couple of months? I mean, it just makes everything so unpredictable in these next coming months.
Yeah.
You know, the only good idea that I would have is keep that storyline going of Dean Ambrose always screwing Seth Rollins from cashing in.
Oh.
They completely dropped that storyline. So time can run out. Seth Rollins is about to cash in. Boom. Dean Ambrose ruins the cash in and starts a program with them. But I mean, sorry, Rollins not going to be champion anytime soon. But if Lesnar retains at WrestleMania, I think that might be the direction that they're going to go. They're going to have him beat CM Punk's reign.
Well, that just about wraps things up for our podcast. And thank you for watching, everybody. This is our last camera that's still going, the one that's on Ricardo. So those of you looking at Ricardo and not me,
or me,
or Christian,
I'm the star of the show.
He's the star of the show for the last few minutes. So thank you for watching, everybody, and have a great night.
And tune in to WrestleMania this Sunday.
Tune in to WrestleMania
4 p.m. Western.
Oh, and Houston Rockets versus Wizards at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Don't forget.
All right.
Worth a watch.
Later, guys. Only $9.99 on the WWE Network.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.